Here with senior right side Emily Schultz. I'm Michael Watering here on CNEagles.com, and this is your last week of playing volleyball. First of all, let's start with what brought you here to Carson-Newman.
Transferring was a tough decision, and it was a tough transition, but it was great. Mincy just made everything so easy, and I remember from first meeting her to leaving the campus, I just knew there was something special about this school and this program, and it was just, for me, it was just an easy decision. I left here and went back to school, and the next day I knew I wanted to come here.
What were your reactions when you first met the team and some of your interactions with them?
It was a tough position to come into because as an upperclassman, I wasn't really sure where my role is, and I didn't want to step on any toes and come in too overbearing. So I kind of just sat back a little bit and wanted to observe the program, learn things, learn how the practices went, learn how people work together, and that sort of thing. But the seniors who were here, Angel and Rachel, made it really easy for me to come in, and they really kind of took me under their wing and knew how to treat me and how to help me become a better player, even though I was already a junior. So the transition for me from the players was awesome.
You went to Nicaragua as soon as you got here. What kind of things do you take away from that trip?
That was incredible. It was definitely a life-changing experience. And in high school, we always had opportunities on spring break to go and do mission trips, but I could never do it because of volleyball. And ironically, when I came here, the first thing we did was a mission trip. And it was amazing to be able to work and do the mission, but also at the same time play volleyball. It was kind of back and forth. We got to play, and then we got to do things like go and feed kids in a village who got only one hot meal a week. So it's definitely a very humbling experience.
How do you use that experience as you move on after Carson-Newman to remember that and reflect on that?
I think about it every day. I think about, when we go to the CAF and everyone complains about the food there, I think, well, shoot, people in Nicaragua, like little kids would kill for things here, and, coming on the holidays and Christmas and thinking, they're not going to have a Christmas. So I always think back to that trip, and I'll remember it for sure for the rest of my life.
What are some of your favorite memories playing here, either on the court or off the court?
Ooh, that's tough. I've had so many good memories here. Anything from team bonding stuff, going to the cabin this year and learning, trust exercises, and being on the court. Every moment of every play, I just really take to heart. I've got so much passion for this game, and I love the sport, and it's really tearing me apart to know that I'm coming up on my last weekend, and I'm just really trying to take everything and use everything to my benefit and to the benefit of my team.
It takes a little while for that to really set in. How do you talk to some of the underclassmen to know that they need to make sure that every moment is their best?
Absolutely. As a freshman in college, I remember my seniors saying, my body's so tired, I'm so tired, but I want to keep playing, and you guys don't realize how fast it's going to go. And as a freshman, I was thinking, well, I have 3 years, I have time to bide. But playing for them was really something that I encourage the freshmen now to do, because they won't believe how fast it goes. I mean, you blink and you've gone through 4 years and you'll never play competitively again. So I just really encourage them to take every practice seriously and every game seriously, and don't accept losses, and just to demand perfection out of them and themselves in particular. I tell our passers all the time, you've been trained to pass since you were probably 10 or 11, but at this point, demand perfection out of yourself and take it to the next level. So I definitely think at this point, my advice to freshmen, sophomores, juniors would just be to work hard. The work ethic is really something that I've learned in my 4 years. It's something you can control. You can't always control wins and losses and who you play against and their tendencies and what they like to do, but sometimes hard work beats talent, so I definitely think hard working and just taking every game, every practice seriously and using it to your advantage is definitely something I'd like to leave.
Is there going to be any time this weekend where you maybe stop and reflect on here in this locker room, on the court, or you say something to some of the players as you play your final 2 games?
Absolutely. Mincy doesn't like me to serve receive sometimes in the back row, so when she pulled me back and at Queen's game this past weekend, I just looked over at the bench and saw in their eyes so much joy and so much excitement that they still had for the game. You know, we were down a few points, but they were still so into it, and to see that was just, it was so reassuring to me, and it was great to see that they still have so much passion for the game, and I really just encourage them to use that to their advantage and to keep that for 4 years, because it's tough. Playing 4 years of college volleyball is not easy. It takes a lot on you mentally, emotionally, on your body, physically. So it's tough to do it for 4 years, and I definitely understand that. But I just hope that they keep that passion for 4 years.
Finally, how would you sum up your own time here at Carson-Newman?
Oh goodness, it's been great. I've had ups and downs, definitely for sure. But I think Mincy has been able to help me become a better person outside my life, but also on the court. She's demanded perfection of me, knowing the program that I've come from and the training that I've been able to experience. She's demanded a lot of me, and I can't thank her enough for that. I think that is definitely important in college sports. You know, you've been trained your whole life to do certain things, to learn the fundamentals, but college is sort of the next step, because for most of us, nobody is going to really go on professionally. You'll play intramurals, but it's not the same. It's not the same as the competitive atmosphere that you get to experience on the court, you know. So I just think from where I was trained and being able to start from the very, very bottom, I know this is kind of a tangent, but as a freshman in high school, I remember coming into the program, and I knew nothing about volleyball. I was real raw, and my head coach, or one of the varsity head coaches, said, "I want to put you on varsity," and I said, "No, please don't." I said, "Please don't put me on varsity. I want to step back and learn." But they put me on varsity, and just the confidence that from then on that coaches had in me just really helped me build my self-confidence and wanted me to strive to be so much more than just an average volleyball player. It made me want to compete in the club level, and then from the club level, just want to play collegiately. So just from there on, in college, so my first 2 years at another school at College of Charleston, I was trained very rigorously under my old coach. He'd played competitive volleyball in college as well. So just learning so much. I've been able to take in so much information and been able to, on the sidelines, watch players, watch how they act on the court, and learn a lot from them, not only from the girls but from my coaches as well. And I've been able to get a variety of coaching in my life. So Mincy I've definitely ended on a high note with her. I couldn't have asked for a better coach. She's been absolutely great with me, and wanted so much out of me and demanded so much out of me that I couldn't have expected anything more.
Well, thanks a lot. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you so much.
You can see Emily play her final 2 games this weekend, Friday night at 7 or Saturday at noon. Thanks for watching.